So, how's that space warp coming along?
I've been trying to expedite the process, but so far it's not working. I still think I might be able
Never mind all that. It's hot in here. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Oh yeah. That's
Shake your body.
Ah! Oh fuck! Fucking fuck! What the hell is that? Hold on.
Hey Decker, I made some pancakes. Do you want it?
Don't come near me! You get the fuck out and keep your pancakes to yourself! You hear me?
You really aren't a morning person, are you? Are you okay, sir?
Just stay at your end of the couch and don't get too close.
Salutations, I'm that long-haired creepy guy, and welcome to another edition of
Godzilla vs. Mothra!
See, when you do it, it's annoying. When I do it, it's cool. Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Decker Shado, the internet personality with the best hair. Today we're looking at Rebirth of Mothra 2, The Undersea Battle. Released 1 year after Rebirth of Mothra, the film yet again continues the trend of having an environmental message behind the plot. Instead of deforestation, though, this time it's ocean dumping. That's totally different!
I feel like I'm introducing an episode of Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
We agreed, creepy. You would never use those clips again. Ever.
This was the last film which Tomoyuki Tanaka was producer. Tanaka produced all of the Toho Kaiju films, starting with the original Gojira movie. Sadly, he passed away before Rebirth of Mothra 2 hit theaters.
So, on that incredibly cheerful note, let's take a look at Rebirth of Mothra 2, The Undersea Battle, and see if someone can finally drown this fucking moth.
Aw, you're just not getting into the spirit of the movie, Decker.
That's putting it mildly.
The film opens with sparkles and sparkles and sparkles in space! Fucking sparkles!
They were really pushing the new CGI tech that was available at the time.
In any case, if you were wondering, this has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the plot. It's just a bunch of pretty colors wasting our time for a full minute.
You're still not getting into the spirit of things, Decker.
He's right. Try this instead.
To make the world a better place, Rainbow Bright and Deep.
Overstepping bounds!
What is with you today? You're as jumpy as a cat. And as someone who has owned cats, I should consider myself an authority on the subject.
Never mind. Personal space. Next we have nature shots and dolphins, but a dark cloud emerges, leading to a fishing boat with fishermen complaining about how they never catch fish anymore and only garbage constantly dumped in the ocean.
Hey, what's that?
Did that starfish just jizz on a man's face?
It looked more like an acid to me than semen, but if you insist...
I don't just go trying to change the subject now, mister.
After this bit of seaman on Seaman, we go to an elementary classroom to introduce our three protagonists. Shiori Uchiura, played by Hikari Mitsuhima, Kohei Toguchi, played by Masaki Otake, and Yoji Miyagi,
No, not that, Miyagi.
played by Shimada Maganao. Much as I am loath to sum up them in such a fashion, the trio can best be described as the nerdy one, the fat one, and the girl.
And Godzilla kills them all.
Dark much? It's Japan, Decker. They have earthquakes there all the time.
Wait, they do?
The earthquake segues back to the ocean, where we meet this film's alternative to Bogle and Weird, who in this version are two different fishermen, played by Atsushi Okuno and Hajime Okayama.
The hell ass was that?
It looked like a Furby. I guess they're seaborne creatures now.
So evidently the two fishermen know the main girl's mother as they regale to her the tale of the Furby that got away. After they leave, Shiori's mother requests that she go off to the plot-relevant location to pick her some flowers. But then...
Ow.
The hell
plot.
After that bit of on-camera animal cruelty, we follow Shiori as she wanders through the nearby woods picking obviously fake flowers from the bushes. Because the plot insisted on it, she naturally runs into the escaped Furby.
Junior Lathotep, that was scarier than either of the monsters. Make it go away!
A perfectly rational action, I would say.
This movie came out in 1997. What price were they catching on eBay? Shiori rapidly overcomes her Furby phobia and picks the creature up to take home with her. Wouldn't you know it, though, she runs into the two dickwads from her class, who are sure to be as big a hurdle as they can.
Leave me alone!
Which is not that much, evidently.
Wait till we catch you!
You just shoved two boys who are at least twice your mass down into the dirt. Why are you running away? They should be terrified of you.
Kohei and Yuji give chase, herding Shiori deeper into the woods. Once the three have caught up with each other, Belvera appears, played by Aki Hano again, to explain the plot.
It's a Gorgo, a legendary creature.
That's convenient. She just happened to be flying along at that moment, spotted the Gorgo, and filled the three kids on what was happening. Perfectly normal.
You're not to say anything about this, do you hear?
You probably shouldn't have exposited all that information then.
You think?
Belvera demands the Gorgo, and Shiori hands the basket over, no problem. Of course, that's because the Gorgo isn't in the basket. She puts the Gorgo in the basket.
Put the fucking Gorgo in the basket.
Are you feeling okay?
Hey! Don't touch me!
Shiori and her two bumbling sidekicks escape from Belvera with the Gorgo Furby, and Belvera gives chase, providing us with a scene that resembles a high-speed game of keep-away involving dragon lasers.
Come on, get her!
Why isn't American football this much fun to watch?
I think oral plasma beams are against regulations. Fairy arrives on the scene with Laura and Mole to help rescue the kids and the Gorgo Furby.
Belvera! Stop using your weapons! It's not fair against the kids!
No shit!
These two have about as good a grasp of the obvious as you do, Decker.
Damn right. Hey! They eventually escape after Yuji is launched 50 fucking feet through the air out of the woods face first into the friggin' beach.
Wait, you've hurt your leg.
Forget it, it's nothing. Here. Hey!
I'm not touching that.
Me either.
Nor am I.
Belvera decides to stop chasing kids then, for some reason. I don't know, maybe she forgot her sunscreen. She then gets the help of the two most useless people she could find.
All right now, you two, just do as I tell you.
Why do villains always do this?
Cheap labor.
Hey, you! Are you skinny and greedy? Are you fat and cowardly? Perfect!
Laura and Mole provide the kids and the audience with an exposition dump about Nilai Kanai, which is your standard lost civilization that sunk under the ocean centuries ago. This one happens to be located just off the shoreline of Japan, which is very convenient for our protagonists since none of them look old enough to go anywhere after dark.
Hey, you can travel outside the country as a minor. Just have to be accompanied by an adult.
Hey, Mom, will you come with me to this foreign, undiscovered, sunken city so that I can help save the world from giant monsters?
Gorgo, Furby, and Fairy get to chatting with each other via the computer, despite it being almost a decade behind Skype capabilities. It turns out that Nilai Kanai created a monster to help with the pollution, and it went nuts, destroying everything. Terrific! A civilization so advanced they have to genetically engineer a kaiju creature to sidestep recycling.
Makes you wonder what they did to avoid brushing their teeth. Cook up a kraken?
I shudder to think what this group would have cooked up to get out of combing their hair.
Of course, to stop Belvera and the monster, Laura and Mole need the help of humans. Since checking the yellow pages for people who actually qualify to do something like this is too much work, the two Shobijin, Cosmos, Eli, whatever, decide that 3 10-year-old students will do just as well.
Because of reasons.
Thank you, kids movie. Your logic has never made sense. Wait a minute. Does this mean there's a body count in this movie?
Looks like it.
You must be very happy that so many people died horrifically in one scene.
I am! To get to the super secret location of the hidden underwater civilization located conveniently just off the coast of Japan, the 3 kids steal a canoe!
You know, when I'm rich, I'm gonna buy a new computer.
You only ever talk about video games and food.
Yes? What else is there to talk about?
Porn.
Hey!
They get to the super secret location fairly quickly. Amazingly, the sunken civilization is visible from the surface of the ocean.
Hey, wait a minute, how the hell did this place go undiscovered for so long? You mean to tell me that satellites did not pick this up at any time?
The satellites must have been too preoccupied with the Godzilla detector to notice.
Rhetoric. That was rhetoric. The Gorgo Furby dives down into the ruins, which opens a vortex, transporting the kids down into a sunken temple via slip and slide. After the kids reach the bottom, the temple rises up out of the ocean.
Yes, let's almost drown the children by sucking them underwater before raising the temple up to the surface.
Kind of a convoluted way of going about it, don't you think?
Our Japanese Bogle and Weird have, of course, followed the kids to the secret location of Nilai Kanai, still hell-bent on hunting Gorgo Furby for Belvera. The temple's resurrection summons the monster that was created in ancient times, called Dagara.
What am I looking at here? It's like some weird combination of a dinosaur, manta ray, and snake.
I saw more dragon than dinosaur, personally.
I haven't been this bewildered by kaiju anatomy since Battlegun.
After the pyramid fights Dagara off, Laura and Mull get the idea to summon Mothra to fight the creature off with. This time, the girls have included some Macarena-esque dance moves to go with their music number. I'm just waiting for them to turn and shake their asses.
Science! You've heard this song before!
The song causes all of the tiny glowing moths on Infant Island to DNA digivolve together into Leo Mothra. Leo Mothra flies out to the Nilai Kanai ruins to battle Dagara, who has opted to smash some architectural structures that aren't equipped with death rays.
And the body count has risen.
Buildings are being destroyed. Lives are being ruined.
I know, isn't it great?
Mothra!
Mothra's arrival gets Dagara out of the residential area and back into the ocean, ruining a perfectly good rampage. Fucking Moth!
She was saving lives.
Fuck you! The battle goes on for several minutes and is really quite impressive. In fact, I'd call it one of the better parts of the movie. Not only because it draws attention away from the three tiny protagonists, but because Mothra gets his mothy ass handed to him. Defeated by cum-shot starfish. What a pathetic monster.
I will lay the eggs of madness in your brain for that blasphemy!
Meanwhile, down in the temple pyramid, the kids have been running around in circles trying to escape from Japanese Bogle and Weird.
Today on Legends of the Hidden Temple. Slip and slide of doom, anachronistic elevators, invisible bridge. Because if we can build it, why the fuck not?
The choices are yours and yours alone.
Let's hope none of the kids belong to the Purple Parrots team. That bunch never won a challenge.
Eventually, the kids find the ancient round symbol of symbolism. Before they get a chance to take it all in, Japanese Bogle and Weird show up to try to force the kids into giving up Gorgo Furby. Fortunately, Laura and Mull take the time out of trying to disinfect Leo Mothra to fly all the way down the temple video game obstacle course to help the kids.
I give up! No, really! I surrender!
Just how could you do that to little children?
They're bad guys. It's their job.
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one, Decker.
We're sorry, it was a misunderstanding!
Yes, you misunderstood us when we attacked you and threatened you all.
Please tell me they're not going to fall for that. That is one of the oldest tricks in the book.
They apologized. We'll forgive them.
So I guess you guys aren't bad guys after all, right?
What makes you say that?
All of this crap hits the collective fan as Belvera shows up to Dragon Mouth Plasma Blast Fairy into submission. Then this symbol of symbolism opens the door of doorways into the innermost sanctum of the temple pyramid.
Because? It just did. Don't, keep people just have to be dicks.
Jerkassery opens hidden doors to ancient civilizations. No wonder Atlantis keeps having to be moved.
They go down into the inner sanctum looking for the treasure. Oh, right. Treasure.
Well, why else would they be down there?
Because they're fucking idiots and they'll do whatever a foot-tall woman on a mechanical dragon tells them. Her bumbling henchmen figure that the huge opals in the statue are the treasure of the Nilai Kanai, and take them. However, instead this just boots up a massive holographic interactive Japanese woman. I want one of those. With safety features.
This is why most dating sim games don't come with force feedback.
The holographic interface provides the rest of the needed exposition. Basically, in a nutshell, the lost treasure of Nilai Kanai was created to counteract Dagara, and said treasure is none other than Gorgo Furby. We are then treated to a very long escape scene as the kids, along with a somewhat reformed Bogle and Weird, try to escape the temple pyramid so they can bring Gorgo Furby to Leo Mothra.
Why'd you leave me behind? How could you?
Put him down!
Damn!
That was impressive.
Oh, I'll never make it.
What are you talking about? You're already superhuman, we've seen that, just...
Do something like that?
This movie has a really weird concept on how physics works.
Does this mean Gorgo Furby has to piss all over Leo Mothra to save him?
They finally reach the outside of the pyramid, where, thankfully, Gorgo Furby does not have to piss all over Leo Mothra to cure him of his starfish herpes. Instead, the overpriced toy explodes into glitter, making Leo Mothra battle-ready to... fucking point! What?
Deity augmented by ancient advanced technology.
What follows is a special effects battle of kaiju proportions. Aqua Mothra puts Dagara down with relative ease. Following this, the Nilai Kanai temple explodes, then transmutates into water.
Don't worry about the kids, they're safe on the beach, along with Japanese Bogle and Weird.
Where did you get that?
A gift from Gorgo.
Symbolism!
Bellbrain can sue you for that, you know.
What the hell else am I supposed to say? Well, that was Rebirth of Mothra 2, the undersea battle, and it's a kids' movie. I know I'm kind of hard on kaiju films aimed squarely at a younger demographic, but that's because a lot of the darker aspects of the genre I like so much are very downplayed for said audience. Unfortunately, this, combined with what is generally lower quality acting, characters, and storylines aimed at kids, doesn't help to hold my interest very long.
I actually enjoyed this movie a whole lot. Yes, it has a lot of problems. The acting is subpar at best for the most part, and the story is simplistic. Consequentially, however, the story has a lot of thematic elements that I really enjoy. Ancient civilizations, lost treasures, and magical monster upgrades make it a lot more entertaining in my opinion than the first Rebirth of Mothra movie was.
While I like the battles more in the first Rebirth of Mothra, I'll admit that the story was a bit stronger this time around. The Save the Earth line wasn't as ham-handed, and did actually relate to the big bad monster in the film. Unfortunately, I wasn't sold on the fantastic settings much, which, while impressive from the outside, seemed very bland on the inside where we spend oh so much running time.
The interior of the temple is kind of bland, but it has some cool points to it as well. The monster Dagara is actually quite impressive and makes for a worthy adversary for Mothra. I was also impressed by the starfish creatures that Dagara secretes. While Rebirth of Mothra is definitely aimed for a younger audience, you don't have to be a child to enjoy it. The film is highly entertaining, and Aki Hano's return to play Belvera alone boosts the quality of the movie. Overall, I give Rebirth of Mothra 2, The Undersea Battle, 3.5 starfish alien cum shots to the face out of 5.
I have a hard time getting into movies that so clearly try to appeal to children. Even when I myself was a child, I found it difficult. Not everything has to be dark to be appreciable, but I feel like several aspects of this movie could have been better if it were treated with more respect either by Toho or the American voice actors who helped to degrade the acting in their own way. To me, Rebirth of Mothra 2, The Undersea Battle comes in at 2 golden Furby showers out of 5. Thank you all for watching, I've been Decker Shado, and remember, stay the fuck away from me!
Those children have kidnapped it.
I don't believe that. Oka now is a really weird island.
What is with you today? You've been acting very odd.
Don't try to sneak up on me like that. I'm onto your little game.
Game?
Yes, you want to tie me down on your living room floor and gang rape me for all of us to watch. Well, no, sir, it's not going to work because I'm always watching you.
Seriously? He's one person. It wouldn't be a gang rape if it were one person.
Decker, I'm twice your size. If I wanted to hurt you in any fashion at all, it would have happened already. I doubt there's anything you could do to stop me. Wait, that's what you've been freaking out over this whole time?
Well, why wouldn't I be? Every time you barge into my show, something weird happens. You start flirting and saying crazy shit.
I flirt with you on camera when you're 2 states away, because the way you react to it is funny. You're easy to tease, but I don't mean anything by it.
You don't?
Decker, I like you. A lot. But I'm not about to force you into something that you don't feel comfortable with. If you're not interested, that's fine. I was happy just being friends.
You think we're friends?
Decker, you came into my home unannounced, and I provided you with shelter and enough food to feed a state. Do you really think I would have done any of those things if I didn't have respect for you or were planning to do you harm?
Does this mean I won't be getting those sandwiches?